Fairy tales start with once upon a time, but Army stories start with there I was. And so when they hear there I was, they know they're going to hear an Army story. Well, I am Bryan Karinshak. This is my 4th year teaching 5th grade elementary at Jefferson Elementary School. I enlisted in the Army in 1983 to get money for college. I'd gone to Penn State for 2 years and wanted to finish that up. It ended up I was selected for West Point, and so I went to West Point to include a year at the prep school. After graduating from West Point, I was a field artillery officer, and I stayed a field artillery officer until I became a major, at which time I became a human resources officer. Some of my assignments included Germany, Fort Lewis, Washington, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas for Command and General Staff College. I had an assignment back at West Point as a TAC officer in charge of a company of cadets, and I supervised the Cadet Honors Committee and System for 2 years, where the Honor Committee implemented the honor system. Then I served also in Korea, and finally back at Fort Sill, where I retired from. So one of my old bosses said, what is something at this stage of your life that you like doing? So I enjoyed teaching, both at Webster and for tactical information operations. And I also like working with kids. I coach all 3 of my sons through U12 at soccer, so I was real comfortable with 10, 11-year-old age group. I've always had the fortune, everywhere I've been, to be on good teams in the Army and in the companies I work for and with good people. And I've got the same thing here. It's a great team. So we have a lot of esprit de corps that reminds me of being in the military when working with a good group of people. I also enjoy the students. We've got a wide range of backgrounds, and I enjoy them as well as working with their parents. Yes, because I think in 5th grade they're starting to be able to think independently, so it's not a lot of the things that happen where it's a lot of drills at the younger level where they're not really developing critical thinking skills yet. So I like that opportunity to where they're starting to be able to think for themselves, and think objectively, and also some creativity as well. My motto is hard work, good work, and teamwork. And I put that on the bottom of all my emails. I figure if I can teach the kids that, as well as the curriculum, they can be successful in anything they do in life. They see some of it if we do a special lesson. So, for example, the first thing in science I'll teach them is about the soccer ball in space. We read an ESPN article where one of my West Point classmates took a soccer ball up to the International Space Station. He's the commander of it. Actually, he's up there commanding it for a 2nd time right now. And this soccer ball survived the Challenger explosion intact. And so when we read the ESPN article, we show some pictures and tell them some of that, make the connection, they find that pretty neat. Another one that I share for social studies, because I want them to never really give up and always keep trying, I share about another classmate, Colonel Gatzi, and he lost his legs in Iraq. After he did lose his legs, he stayed in the Army and even made full-bird colonel and commanded Fort Belvoir, Virginia. He was in the movie Battleship, where he fought the aliens. He was the Army guy in there. So I show the students the scene of him fighting some aliens. Talk about him, how he inspired the New York Giants to win the Super Bowl. And so I like sharing some of those connections. Well, and what I really enjoy is the Veterans Day, because I'll do a special lesson where I'll go over Medal of Honor winner Roy Benavides, and then the students themselves can dig into the Congressional Medal of Honor database. Sometimes I'll try to find somebody with their last name or somebody they can have a connection to and read about what war they were in, how they received it. I really enjoy opening that up to them. I would say if you're a non-traditional teacher, haven't come through the traditional teaching route, you probably need every skill or tool in your toolbox. That's what I told my boss, Mrs. Atkinson, that this job really requires everything I learned in the Army, everything I learned out in the business world, everything I learned as a contractor. And I would say if your heart is in it, then really do it, because because it is a lot of fun. If it's something that you want to do and you enjoy doing, then by all means,